You know that feeling? You create a video, you pour your heart into it, and then it goes viral. Suddenly that dream of, hey, maybe I can actually make a living doing this feels so close you can taste it. Well, that's exactly what happened to one video editor. After his video just blew up, he thought, this is it, I'm going freelance. But what started as a dream, well, it turned into an absolute nightmare. Let's get into how it all went so wrong.
And really, it's the big question, isn't it? For so many of us who create things, we wonder, are my skills actually valuable enough to pay the bills? Our guy, fresh off his viral success, he was ready to find out. He was confident, he was skilled, and he was ready to start making some money. But the world of freelance had a pretty brutal reality check waiting for him. So he had the skills, no doubt about that, and he had a clear goal in mind for what he wanted to earn. He was all set to turn his passion for editing into a real steady income.
40,000 rupees a month. Okay, so that's about $500 US. For him, that felt like a solid, totally achievable goal. I mean, he figured his editing skills were pretty advanced, and they were definitely worth at least that much. He just had to prove it.
And he was totally prepared. His own YouTube channel was basically a living, breathing portfolio. It was right there, showcasing everything he could do. So with all that in place, the only thing left was, find some clients.
All right, so he jumps onto a popular Discord server. This place is a massive hub where thousands of editors and clients are supposed to connect. He's thinking he's going to find some great opportunities that match his skill level. Instead, he finds a marketplace that is just completely, utterly broken.
And this is where things get just jarring. Clients were demanding this incredibly complex, expert-level editing, and the pay they were offering, about $50 for half a month of intense daily work. The gap between what they wanted and what they would pay was just shocking. He was so disillusioned, he actually did the math and realized a manual laborer was earning more per day than what these supposedly high-end editing jobs were offering. Can you imagine? After spending years getting good at his craft, he's hit with this crushing realization that the market just didn't seem to value his skills at all. So, just as he's about to completely give up on the whole idea, a new opportunity pops up. And this wasn't just another insulting offer. No, this one looked different. It looked professional. It looked almost too good to be true. It was from an agency founder, and his proposal was about to change everything.
The whole process felt super legitimate at first. The founder mentioned he was from IIT, which is one of the most prestigious universities in India. So that added this layer of credibility. He asks for a 1-minute paid trial. Our editor pours 4 hours into it, makes it look amazing, and sends it back, waiting for the good news.
And then, the offer lands. 60,000 rupees a month. That's a full 20,000 more than his original goal. For a second there, it must have felt incredible, like, yes, my skills are valuable. But honestly, that dollar sign was so big and shiny that it completely blinded him to the massive red flags waving right in his face.
Okay, but here's the catch. The workload. The job required him to edit 2 20-minute, super complex crime documentaries every single day. Think about that. The 1-minute trial took him 4 hours. How in the world could anyone produce 40 minutes of that same quality content in just 24 hours? The math just doesn't add up, but man, that salary was just too tempting to question. So he accepts the offer, and he immediately gets his first assignment. Right away, that dream job starts to look more like a grueling cycle of impossible deadlines, never-ending revision requests, and most importantly, no payment.
On day 1, he pulls an all-nighter just to hit the deadline. No money. Day 2 is just a blur of revisions. Still no money. By day 3, the excuses start rolling in. Oh, the client and the agency had a fight, so yeah, payment is delayed. It's just nowhere in sight.
And the revisions? Oh, they were relentless. It wasn't about making the video better. It felt like a tactic, a way to just keep him working for free. Change this, add that, redo this entire part. Every single request was another hour of unpaid work, all while that promise of payment was just dangled in front of him, always just out of reach. The breaking point finally came when he just couldn't wait anymore and pushed for the payment he was owed. He messaged the group chat asking, "Hey, where's my money?" Their response was fast and it was brutal. They just kicked him out of the group, cut off all communication. The scam was officially undeniable. And what's so chilling is that his own cynical prediction about freelancing came true. He'd said it himself. He delivered the work, the client got their video, and then he was just thrown away. It's the classic freelance scam. Get the labor, then vanish when it's time to pay up. He did eventually manage to get a partial payment, 700 rupees.
But later, he found out the client actually paid 1,000. The so-called agency founder was just pocketing a 300 rupee cut for himself. And when he pushed the founder for the rest of the money, that whole professional act just crumbled. The founder used his prestigious IIT status not as a sign of integrity, but as a weapon. He actually threatened our guy with a police complaint for harassment. It was just a shocking, blatant abuse of power.
So, after all that work, all that stress, and all that manipulation, what was the final result? What was the grand prize? Well, it was a single, very painful lesson. Just look at this. The promise was a 60,000 rupee a month contract. The reality? 700 rupees. That's less than $10 for days of grueling round-the-clock work. This right here is the whole cautionary tale in a nutshell.
So, what can we all learn from this nightmare? Well, first off, if an offer seems way too good to be true, it probably is. Endless revisions on unpaid work, huge red flag. Be super wary of these fake agencies, they're just there to look legit. And remember, someone's status doesn't mean they have integrity. Ultimately, this isn't just one bad story, it shows how easily labor gets devalued in the creator economy. Real success usually comes from working with established, reputable clients who actually value what you do.
And that really brings us to the final big question. This whole experience just forces you to ask, what is a skill truly worth? Is its value set by the market, by your own passion, or is it just determined by what someone thinks they can get away with not paying you? It's a tough question, and it's one that every single creator in today's economy has to face.